Okay, I feel better that I can now stop saying the newest episode of What If is my favorite episode so far, because it was getting a little bit ridiculous. Not that episode 6 wasn't really good, it's just episode 4 and 5 blow it away still. So let's talk about episode 6 of MCU's What If.
Do we know each other?
What if Killmonger saved Tony Stark? Now, I don't really care about a what if Tony Stark didn't become Iron Man. That's not very interesting to me. I was more interested in the part of Killmonger and him using his smarts, his abilities to build his army, build his resources, to create the world in his vision, what he wants. So, the Tony Stark part was fine, okay. I mean, I think we can all imagine the consequences of Tony Stark not becoming Iron Man, but the Killmonger part, that's where the episode really, I think, was shining. Too bad Shuri and Pepper are gonna ruin everything for Killmonger. Bitches, man. Though baby Shuri is just so cute, oh my gosh, I love seeing her as a little kid. She's adorable in the Black Panther movie when she's a teenager, but seeing her as just a little guy, oh my goodness. Though, speaking of Tony Stark, I love that, the Watcher was saying heroes are made, they're not born. So Tony Stark, without being captured, being in the cave, having to lose his prisoner buddy, he doesn't then go home and realize, okay, my weapons are getting into the wrong hands, I need to protect the world. Instead, because he didn't have that, he goes, I need bigger and better and crazier weapons. And honestly, I could have watched an entire episode of him just building out of control weapons, just bigger and bigger and crazier and just so deadly. Not that I didn't love the Gundam army that they were building. By the way, very cute that Killmonger went, I like anime. That was just some of the funniest shit ever, but I wish we would have seen more destructive tech that Tony decided to build, which I think was a missed opportunity. Man, Rhodey and Killmonger going to get the stolen vibranium and then Black Panther showing up and just massacring, just messing up all the guards, just was so beautiful. It's always a pleasure to see Black Panther fight. I really liked in the Black Panther movie watching him just beat ass, and seeing it animated, it's just so much more smoother and cooler. And I know we no longer have Chadwick with us, so we can't get the same Black Panther again, but I'm really hoping in the Black Panther sequel we have someone step up to the plate and become the new Black Panther, not recasting him, just a new one, and we can see the sick moves of the Black Panther. The Black Panther Afterlife, seeing it animated, was also really cool. Love T'Challa calling out Killmonger, like, dude, you are going to get yours, whether it's in, the life you're living now or in this afterlife. You need to just wait. Although seeing Chadwick's character dead kind of hits really hard. I mean, everything with him is hitting hard, knowing that we lost him. One thing I don't necessarily get is, okay, we know Tony is egotistical, right? He's very prideful. I don't get why he stayed in the room with Killmonger and just one Gundam to fight him. I just feel like that wasn't very Tony, to just rely on one thing and be like, oh, this is definitely going to defeat him. Tony would have backups, and I don't think Tony would lock himself in a room if there was a chance that Killmonger would defeat his Gundam. So I didn't really get that. I call BS, but I also realized that they only had so many minutes to tell this episode and they really couldn't focus on Tony versus Killmonger just going on and on and on. I will say it was a tiny bit uncomfortable to see Tony Stark being so, I don't want to say evil, but so cold, so callous. Like he definitely has that presentation in the MCU after he was rescued himself from the cave. But in here, without him being taken into the cave and dealing with all that, he softened a bit more and had more that exterior of being gruff, but on the inside, a little bit softer, where here, he's just straight up asshole. And it was kind of uncomfortable to just see it continuing and just see how absolutely ruthless he was and how many fucks he just did not give. But I guess that's the whole point of character growth, isn't it? Speaking of seeing an entire episode, Wakanda versus the US could actually be a really awesome series in itself, because we have Wakanda's crazy technology, and then we have the US, which spends a lot of money on technology and pumping stuff into the military, so I think that would be a lot of fun. I think in the end Wakanda would probably wipe the floor with them, but it'd still be fun to see it play out. I gotta imagine with Pepper and Shuri sticking their nose in the business, they would get out to the world before, hey, Killmonger did this, he's not on Wakanda's side, and then Wakanda and US would make peace and Killmonger would be taken care of. And I will just add, I'm not really sure how you change an unfair system, but I would imagine genocide isn't the way to go about it. I understand people lack patience for change, and I do understand that it's getting a bit ridiculous, but I don't know. I just think the mass murder of humans is probably a no-no. But it was absolutely entertaining watching Killmonger go about manipulating people, working them over to get what he wants, to get the resources for his vision. I think this animated episode showed why people want Killmonger to come back to life. They want him in the sequel for Black Panther live action because he's a really good character. He's a really good antagonist, and he's just brilliant. He has the brains and the bronze. And I know a lot of people actually want him to be the next Black Panther, and I think that would be great if, you know, again, he could get off the whole genocide thing. So yeah, I really like this episode. I would say that it sits above episode 1 and 2, maybe episode 3. It's kind of like right in the middle of the What If series so far. I'd be interested to see the rest of the episodes, so we have 7, 8, and 9, and kind of ranking it afterwards and seeing how each one fits, because I have a feeling that maybe we might see the episodes come together in a cohesive way with the Watcher and everything he's doing, and I think seeing that might adjust how I rank each episode. Although I kind of hope the last episode is just an epilogue of how each reality ends. Like, we just get to see snippets of just it going to complete shit. But yeah, that's what I thought about episode 6. You can let me know, did you like it, dislike it, what about it did you like or dislike? Like, subscribe, and come back for more sci-fi fantasy videos.